In the tarot, the Tower card is a very intimidating card to pull. And at first glance, it is quite terrifying, like we see here in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But I'd love to tell you why there's no reason to be afraid. And Uranus going direct today is a sign of change to come. Now, in astrology, the planet Uranus represents change, upheaval, and transformation. But the way that I like to refer to it after years of study of astrology, it's the wrecking ball of astrology. And I love looking at the tarot to echo the message, to get it a little bit more clear so that we can understand. So I'm going to tell you a metaphor. If Uranus is the wrecking ball of astrology, what we can imagine is that our lives are like a building. And if we take care of things and do maintenance and look after things and fix them when they need to be, our lives, although occasionally bumpy, will go relatively smoothly. And what we see in the Everyday Witch deck, created by Elizabeth Alba, is the tower represented like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and a very, very satisfied person saying, yeah, I tore that down. Because if we were building a building and we got 2 stories up and we realized it was tilted, just like in your lives, if you get a few steps down the road and you realize it's just not working, if you're willing to let go, to transform, to change, you'll realize that some things naturally have evolved out and some things maybe need to be forced out. But if we keep mindful of what's working and what's not, it's not such a traumatic card, and it's not such a traumatic planetary influence. It becomes the wrecking ball of astrology when we are not willing to look at what is out of place or out of alignment or not in our highest good. And that's when the wrecking ball comes in and the building is no longer fixable. It must be torn down and sometimes outside of our control. So as Uranus goes direct today, you'll probably notice a huge shift. Eventually, over the next few days as the momentum builds, externally, we will notice that we have moved from deconstruction to reconstruction, and internally, we will notice the same. So if you've been feeling like things have been falling apart, or things have been needing to be fixed for as long as you can remember, this very long influence of Uranus having been retrograde made it feel like things were just going to stay the same. But now that Uranus has gone direct, what we can expect is the opportunity to build from scratch. Whatever it takes, one step at a time, remember that you have the ability to start fresh at any moment in your life. I wish you guys all the very best. I'm Erin, I'm Queen Bee Tarot. Come back tomorrow for your tarot and astrology. And you can book a private reading with me anytime from around the world at www.queenbeetarot.net. I wish you all the very best. Blessed be.